Man, oh man, we got a lot of things to discuss, people. Look at Jax is excited. He's behind me, but second week of the new year, and I'm excited. Check out the stream. We finished 6-7 hours today. There's a crazy play with Canopy. It was about 500-600%. I hope anybody who watched that, go tag it in the comments. When we went over a few big lessons, and the lessons were pertaining from everything to options to getting in at the mispriced options, timing, and Jax, can you? Thank you. Jax, hold on. All right, well, I was trying to pull it up there, got Jax done, but a lot of data came out today. And what I want to talk about, one, we're going to start with China, import-export data. So if you guys haven't seen that, you could go Trading Economics. I have it here. I was trying to pull it up for you, but I couldn't. I think it happened last night. That's when we saw it. But then another thing was vehicle sales. So there was poor China data that came out, and that's one thing I want to talk about. But now it's not just the China data that's coming. It's one, China. Then you have it compared to, you have the Brexit coming into play, the government shutdown. But now there's a secret indicator that happened today. Not a secret, but it's sly, because I've been talking about this a lot. The market still has about 30 minutes here, and I believe we're about to close red. Yeah, it's still down about 1/3%, but this is the interesting part. Friday, if you guys see here, Friday was up, but wait, was that Friday? Yeah. So then this is Monday. So this was Friday, but that's Thursday. We gapped down, but there's that close. We were lower. We closed red, believe it or not. Today we did the same thing, and now we're going to close red. But now, if you've watched any of my videos, today's Monday. We had a down Friday. This is going to be another down Friday, down Monday. And now I thought this is interesting to bring up for you guys, because nobody, it's not circling around one of these 600-700 point days. We were talking about that on stream. So what in the world is going on? Is this something that we should panic about or what? So that's what I'm watching for. And I think it is in line. I think if not, this week could be the week we see that volatility event. And I said we were going to see maybe last week, but like I said, coming into these weeks, this is that area. And then end of February too, we're going to see what happens. So I'm curious. So now there's stuff that happened with oil, but now what could make more volatility happen? What is the biggest things to look for? The next thing is Brexit. So there's a lot. I think we're going to get the vote. I asked if you guys here, again, in the chat, I think that's the best part. You guys here in the video, you guys could all comment if you guys know what time the vote's going to be at, when, because people are getting kind of confused when they're going to vote, when it's going to go into session. We're either going to find out tomorrow morning or tonight or tomorrow night. Somebody clarify that. But essentially, some people have talked around Tuesday, tomorrow to Wednesdays, where we could start to see the market either top out, get that final push if we don't see it start to drop again, because there's a lot of things that happen. Even stuff with, I said, watch Qualcomm, Apple, Microsoft. There was certain guidance that came out, even in the retail, like Lululemon did good, but watch how kind of all this brews in, because we had even the banks today. So what I'm saying is how this all can play out with Brexit. There's other stuff that could keep the markets up till Tuesday, Wednesday, other good events or that are kind of balancing things out. And I want to go look at market breadth next, but Brexit can be a big issue. And why I'm saying this is, look at the currency. Let me pull it up for y'all here. The pound. And I brought this up during the stream. This is something to look at, but this is just today. This is their 1 minute. These are my Josh Answers crazy 1 minute charts, but you had it going down. Hold on, forgive the shaky camera. But you had it come down from here at like what, 128, even like low 128s, and then it shot back to 129 in a period. They were talking about May was going on stuff, I think, during one of the meetings. And that's the thing. If you look, I don't know how many of you guys are from UK. Again, too, guys from UK, fill us in on this, because I heard that the media reports are all over the place. You got some people saying she's going to resign. If there is a deal, this is going to happen. If there's no deal, wow, CGC's hitting another high. So, look, I'm waiting for that. We see that. We got that play. I'll talk about that. But, again, the media reports on everything Brexit related is very we don't know. So I think there's a chance for volatility. My thing I've been looking at, if you guys want to, look at the bond rates. Look at the rates on Germany's bonds and even the UK, and even the JAPI, the USD JAPI and Japanese bonds, because they all have implications for the currency. And now even going back to this is why I freaked out with today's data. One, watch out for the down Friday, down Monday, but I'm worried now with China, that import-export number, with those exports dropping and the imports dropping, especially the imports, or exports, I think China's currency strengthened. And pretty much the big fun fact about this is that last time that happened with China, they devalued in August. And what it was when they saw such an unexpected surprise number. So they were expected to grow at like 4.4 on their exports or imports, and they came in -4 and 7. So someone could post the official numbers. I'm not looking at them now. I'm watching the market as it wraps up here, but going through everything that happened, there was a bunch. So even CGC is going up now. This was because they got approval to grow in New York. So this made things go off. We got to play. You could watch the stream. We were looking at Tilray before, and we called that. But Trump even talked to the farmers, and like this stuff. These are plays that are going to move, but in the grand scope of what we have here in the market, this isn't important. And that's what's funny, because I think we need to talk about that so we could get into how do you wait, what? Hold on. But actually, well, no. See, I'm getting texts. I got everything. But the other thing is, look at the other, there's non-important stuff and then the important stuff. And that's where another thing that happened today, I think it kind of escalated, but I want to, how I could see is looking at the currency. So, we got the USD, we looked at the pound. Now I'm going to look at the Turkish lira, because there's apparently Trump, he was sending some nasty tweets, sending some shots, and it weakened. So actually, see, it came down here. So that's actually good, because it weakened at first and came down, so it kind of diffused. But a few days ago, that went up, and it was, again, I related this even to Russia, but that is something that I would be looking for. That's something that I want to be on account for, because if Russia or in Turkey starts to escalate, these are more of that stuff. But again, the link to Brexit, and with some of these countries, somebody even brought it up, Serge, he brought it up, and I'm going to make a video on this. I talked about it with the oil crisis. Someone brought up the Naira. Someone brought up Nigeria's currency. So again, I kind of tripped out, because when you start bringing up Nigeria's currency, Turkey, and the pound, they've had weird connections. And man, CGC is going nuts right now. But again, the type of stuff that's happening now, there is a lot of important news. I'm trying to think, there was one more last piece, but essentially for me, I'm focusing on that China data. The government shutdown stuff, that's still progressing. Someone asked me on that. It's only going to get worse, I think, as they start going, one leg at a time. But for the most part, we haven't really seen that effect get followed through. Oh, Qualcomm I was going to talk about. Because I'm looking now, because what I'm saying is that I'm looking still to play my same plays. Earnings, you guys got to be careful for earnings, but in the sense that I like the earnings proposition. If a volatility event comes here in the next week or two, earnings bets could get thrown off the table. And that's what I'm scared of, is that it could make it a disaster for some positions out 30 months. So we're going to see, and I think this could be a true test of volatility, because believe it or not, earnings have started. And that is the last and the main thing today is bank earnings. Bank earnings came in. Citi's expectations were kind of, the stock moved, but how the stock moved didn't really reflect their performance. But the fact they're really at this level with the banks, as long as there's nothing really bad and we're seeing anything move in that direction, then things are good. And then on the other side, Lululemon raised guidance, which was crazy for retail stocks. But this is where, the market volatility and the earnings and everything, this is where it comes into play, especially with the downgrades, because now we're at these spots where you see Lululemon, Skyworks even, they're getting either downward or upward guidance. Boeing got upward, and they're making these moves, whereas now the market is sold off so much. The market has done already what it has done. Now, if there's some guidance, good or bad, is really changing that, but it's still letting the stock do whatever it wants to do. So Lulu went up today. It did come back a little, but for the most part, they increased their guidance. Jax is, man, you guys hear Jax, you gotta get him puts, he keeps crying, but they increased their guidance on that, and the stock shot up. So that was great for Lulu, but I even said with Skyworks, another example, Skyworks last week after the Apple thing, they had negative guidance. So they came out the next day, said, hey, we are gonna lose money we're expecting, but Skyworks already sold off so much from Apple that investors actually liked it. They were like, okay, well, we thought you were gonna actually do a lot worse. Go potty. So they didn't do a lot worse, and they were very, very ecstatic. So that's pretty much it. The next thing we're gonna talk about, I'm gonna make a video, so make sure you guys are following. I'm gonna talk about what to look for this week. We're gonna talk about some of the China implications and oil, and we're gonna get some macroeconomic stuff in here. I think we need to, so let me know what questions you have. We're gonna talk about PCG, and if you guys didn't see that video, I should have probably mentioned this earlier. They filed for bankruptcy today, so what's gonna happen with that? How that's going to play off, that's going to be very, very interesting. So we will get to watch that. But let me know your questions, what you guys are having for this week, and how this stuff has helped you in any way. So subscribe, like, comment, peace. Come to the stream, or watch the recap at least. Bye. Bye.